Yes. Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Lasting Legacies. My name is Peggy.
My name is Billy.
And we work for the Madison County Public Library System in North Carolina. Today, we are going to be discussing photographs. This is one that I've been waiting for, and I'm so happy that you've joined us. And I know that Billy is too, because this is her favorite thing. So let's get started.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen. And we're going back into ancestry.com, which is a wonderful website. All you have to have is your library card to access it from home for free. And you can actually start out from the library website and click on the link. And up in the right-hand corner, it should say Madison County Public Library. So we're going to scroll down. And what we're going to go into today is pictures. All right, and from here, we're going to look up Lee Worley. All right. Yeah. Search. Okay. And this is a U.S. family photo collection from 1850 to 2000. And it says his residence was in Asheville. Now, also, just like I did, if you scroll over it, it will come up with some information. But if you click on it, it will take you to here, Lee Jackson Worley. And the image, the photograph was taken Easter 1953. It says my grandfather was a very handsome man. People in the photo, Lee Jackson Worley, and it says the year and where it was taken. Now, one of the most important things for photos is always, always, always write the name on the photo on the back side. Not in magic marker, not in permanent ink, and don't press too hard.
Right.
Because that will damage your photo. They also recommend that you save pictures on 3 separate devices. So whether that be your hard drive of your computer, make a hard copy, just print it out, and save it on a flash drive. That way, if you lose one, you've still got one as a backup. And also that way you can also share your photos, which is always wonderful.
Yes.
But I think that's the best part of sharing photos. That's why you take photos.
Right.
Also, a friend of mine has started a kind of like a New Year's resolution that at the end of the week, she will go to somewhere, I think she goes to CVS, and prints out photos of her son that she has taken during the week, that she can do scrapbooking instead of just letting them live on your phone, which is wonderful.
Yes.
Peggy, do you have anything to say about photos on this part?
The point that Billy made about putting it in 3 different places, I want to reiterate that again, because we have people that come into the library that have had some unforeseen circumstances, like they've moved or their house has burned down and different things, and they only have one copy of a photo that nobody else has. So they come into the library searching sometimes to see if maybe somebody else has donated that photo. They look through our school annuals to see if there's some there. So it's so very important to make sure that you have, triple copies of it in 3 different places. Please make sure that you do that, because some photographs, the older that they are, I have a box right now. I can't identify not one picture. I know that they're my family, but I do not know one person in any of the photographs. No names were put on them. All the people that had them have passed away to where maybe they could have told me who they were. So very important to make the extra copies, put them in different places, and also to put a name on the back.
And a date. If you
Yes.
know the date,
Mhm.
that would be wonderful.
Yes, it would.
We know it sounds extreme to save it in 3 different places or have 3 different mediums.
Mhm.
But like we're saying, it is very important.
Yes.
And with your children, now is a great time to go ahead and start. Like if you have one box for, say, your daughter and another box for your son, or if you have all girls or all boys, and go ahead and start them a box
Yes.
or a flash drive with photos of their family that that you find as you go along, which is
Yes.
wonderful.
It is.
So we're going to click on this picture of Lee Jackson Worley to bring it up. That is a fantastic photo.
It is. That is a wonderful photograph.
He kind of looks like a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But the black and white photos are just always amazing to me. So while you're on this website, you can click save up in the top corner and it will save it to your hard drive. Let's see if that would work. It's not going to work on this computer, but you can save it. Also, you can print photos from here. Now, we talked about family trees earlier. You can also go in and print pictures from their family tree.
You can.
Because if you're lucky enough that somebody has a photo that you need or would like. Would you like to go into that real quick, Peggy?
Sure, we can go into that and just give you a quick review of it to where you can see.
Okay. Go back. Just hit home here. All right, so we'll do public trees. Now, also, this is also a great way if you come across a family member that has like draft cards on here that you can print.
All right, let's see if that'll come up again. That's, as you know, that's my grandfather. Okay. Let's see. Well, maybe we can actually just go into a tree here. It'll be fine.
This one has photos.
Yes. And they'll always have the little icon that says photos on it if they contain photos. So here we are. And if you go under gallery, it'll have the photos there and you can actually click on any of those.
So we'll click on this one. All right, so this one is a draft card. And so with this, you can also print this out. I found several of my husband's family draft cards on here, and I printed them out because they have to sign them. And so that way I have their signature, which some people think, but a lot of people's family, their handwriting looks the same.
Yes, it does.
So sorry, I get a little excited sometimes when I got to do these types of things, especially when we talk about pictures. So this person, it says he was white, 5'11". His eyes were gray. He weighed approximately 150 pounds. His hair is black, and the complexion is light. And this person has a scar, which we've talked about cards before. But this man has a scar on his right leg above the ankle. And this, goes on down, and it says register for local board. So it's like Cattle, Texas.
Cattle or Cottle, maybe.
Oh, yep, Cottle. There you go. And so you know, and then it's stamped of where he joined and all that. But I mean, this is great history
It
just to
is.
print out to have. Um,
And if we go back to the first page that we're on with the family trees, if you go up at the top where it says Gardner Lumley family, and you click on the little arrow that's there, you can actually do it opens up 3 different things. But if you go to the media gallery, it should bring up the photographs that are contained through the whole family tree. Hopefully it will. Let's look and see. Click it again there, Billy, and let's see if it'll. There we go. And from here, you can do just photos. And it'll bring up all the photos that are actually in that particular tree. So our computer's a little slow, but that will give you an idea of, here they are. So it brings up all the photos that are actually in this tree, to where you can look at them if you're just interested in the photos that are contained within the tree. And when you click on the photo, it will take you to a bigger picture of the photo. So Billy will click on one here for us. We'll take a look at it.
These are beautiful photos.
They
oh my
are.
gracious. Let's click on this one.
Okay, so here we have Emily Elizabeth Nichols, and she's part of this tree, this family. So, and sometimes it'll tell you a little about, like, high school graduation photo is what this one says. So it gives you a little bit more information about that. So, and if we scroll on down, a lot of times on the right-hand side, it will tell us about her and give us a link to click to figure out where she fits into the tree at. So just keep that in mind. If you're just looking for photos, you may have your tree, you know, complete, or you just may need the photos of it. So you can click on that. Remember, up at the top, media gallery, and then photos.
Wonderful. Wow, this one's from about 1907 in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
Wow.
So
it's beautiful. So we hope that you find what you're looking for. If not, don't give up your search just yet. It may be still out there.
Sometimes it's like looking for a needle in a haystack, but just keep going. So, but until next time, please join us. We have a couple of more segments in the Lassen Legacy series, and Billy and I are so happy to be sharing this time with you. So take care, and we'll see you soon.
All right.